My name is Dr. Von Crazy, and welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X. Last time, we found some weird visgels that had somehow obtained the ova, and this time we'll be doing more with the ova. Let's talk to Hanbarak. The thought of the divine ova coexisting within organisms as primitive as a biovisgel is shocking. I knew you guys multiplied through division, but this revelation about your ova is even more of a surprise. So what the heck is the ova anyway? We didn't get a ton of detail. The ova protects all Orphean. It is as a god to us. Whenever death approaches, we are able to divide and live so long as the ova resides within us. So, reproduction by fission is a property of the ova, not something intrinsic to the Orphean? We Orphean would not exist without the ova, for without it we could not propagate. The ova and Orphean are one, yet now it extends its influence to base creatures like the biovisgel. So in the end, the ova is a virus that heals its host and aids in reproduction? Yet only the Orphean are capable of serving as its hosts. That has always been the way. And you have no idea why it might have branched out to these visgels. I do not, unless... No, but that is preposterous. I will not even entertain the thought. Please, I would love to know what you're thinking. I do have a hypothesis, but it remains precisely that. I do not wish to discuss it until I know more. It's rare to see a hyper-rational Orphean hesitate like that. I guess you've got the same range of emotions kicking around under the surface as we do. But what separates us is that my kind maintains the ability for calm reason, no matter the circumstances. This weapon has been altered to halt the activity of ova within the target. Please use it to destroy those visgels. Apparently there are 10 or so affected biovisgels in cauldros. The rest of the species is unchanged. If you use this weapon to kill those 10 individuals, we could see an end to this sudden visgel doubling. And there is one more thing I would like to verify, so please bring some tissue samples back with you when you are done. I will need more data to reach a sure conclusion. We need to stop this sudden boom in the biovisgel population before it becomes a real threat. This affects the safety of everyone in New LA. I appreciate your help. Ova and O. Yeah, let's get that ova out of there. Savage Beast. What weapon class is that? There it is. Gatling gun. Okay. Let's just slip Fry into the party. Hold on. Nagi just can use Gatling guns. What am I doing? Let's put that Vis on him. And now that we've done that, we should... Not that. We should be able to just blow up all the enemies because we've got the Vis in the party. Although he does need to damage all of them, so I might not want to use my Phoenix wings here. Let's try it. This might cause a problem for me, but let's try it. It was equipped. Did it work? Okay. No, it didn't. Oh, no, yes it did. Perfect. No problem. Back to base. Right, that was easy enough. I just burned them to death. Have you completed your assignment? Good. I need to take off the weapon. Of course I do. I always do this. You always have to take off the weapon, and I never remember to. There. It's gone. It is good to see you back safely. I will begin analysis on those samples at once. May I have them? Oh, the anti-ova weapon as well, if you please. It should be no use to you now that the biovisgels have been eliminated. Here's your stick. Well, now I have a conclusive explanation why the visgels were host to the ova. So, what was it? The ganglion brought my kind to Mira by force. We numbered 7 then, including myself. But we only rescued 5 of you. One escaped before you humans came to liberate us, while the other elected to remain with the ganglion. Even the Orphean has its share of disturbed individuals. The remaining 5 of us sided with you humans, trusting that you would be victorious in the end. But we heard nothing more from the one who escaped. We all assumed he had successfully evaded the pursuers sent by the ganglion and gone into hiding. But this round of analysis proves he was devoured by a biovisgel instead. In the process of digesting an Orphean, the biovisgel became host to its ova. Though that sounds simple enough, it is still quite unbelievable that the ova and a visgel could coexist in symbiosis. Yes. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But you said this round of analysis was conclusive, right? Correct. But being confronted with evidence that my divine force that governs the prosperity of my people can also dwell within a common beast is terribly shocking. I never thought I would experience such an emotion. I'm sure that's just a normal thing to expect. We Orphean have always been the only compatible hosts for the ova. It is a special type of viral organism, unable to survive anywhere but inside an Orphean body. It is what makes us unique among higher life forms. All recorded instances of other organisms attempting to take the ova into themselves have ended in failure. Other species cannot serve as hosts, let alone multiply through division as the Orphean do. It could not be possible. Visceral physiology is primitive, right? Maybe that simplicity is what allowed them to be compatible with the ova. It seems it would be easier to find a fit with a basic biological system than with a more complex life form. Hey, don't let you get it down. It's an Orphean. Then at the end of the day, it's just a virus, yeah? I will not allow you to speak of the ova in that way! Holy crap, you're angry. This is rare. While it may appear to other races as a simple virus, the ova is the protector and source of life. Our divine spot, if you will. I must insist that you be respectful. That's absolutely fair. Sorry I upset you. That wasn't my aim. So long as you understand. In any case, we were successful in removing the ova from the indigents. That would not have been possible without your aid. You humans are a most useful species. Ah, shucks. I'm glad our interests aligned on this. With any luck, that'll continue to be the case for a long time to come. That would be most pleasing. There we go. That's all wrapped up. Got rid of that errant ova. Helped the Orphean. Meaning, let's head to the other side of New LA and help more Orphean. Where are you? Somewhere around here. Tansaleg! There you are. Hello. This is a matter far too important to ignore. It represents a serious problem for the Orphean as well. We Orphean lend our skills to humankind. In return, I ask that you assist us. So what are you talking about? The attack at the Biaho Water Purification Plant. Primordial creatures called cauldros attacked a number of humans working on site there. We Orphean have a plan to ensure that tragedy is never repeated. But it requires your kind to participate as well, as it is a proposal that will benefit us both. I hope we can work together in making it happen. So what's the plan? We propose that auto-sentries be used to defend the plant and the surrounding area. You humans are too few in number, and I expect there is a limit to what can be asked of your fellow Blade operatives. I assume you are aware that we require Senripa water in order to produce? The process by which we manufacture that water relies on the Biaho plant functioning. We cannot allow it to be jeopardized by primordial creatures, and believe this machine is the solution. The auto sentries will be unmanned and fully automatic. They should be more than sufficient to defend both the lake and the purification plant itself. We are already hard at work on construction of a prototype, but have come up short on a few parts. I would like to ask you to procure the necessary Ouroboros crystals and eradicator eyepieces so we can complete our work. You all should be able to obtain both outside of New LA. That's very specific. Your help is most appreciated. Well, Ouroboros crystals are super easy. They're just one of the things that you probably already have, and I already have the eyepieces. Ouroboros crystals are from Frontier Nav Research, so you definitely already have those. Work here is nearly complete. Now we are just waiting on the parts I requested. I have the parts. Flawless work! I see I found the right man for the job. Once these are installed, we will be ready to begin combat testing. Your help would be most welcome in that phase, too, if you can spare the time. The prototype auto sentry has already been transported to the Outfitter's test hangar. I already made it before I had the parts. I didn't need those, apparently. If you are able to assist us once again, please meet me there after making any necessary preparations. The only preparation I need to do is to grab my skell and head in. Because I don't think this build is actually going to do it. And I need to talk to you. Whoops. But there's the auto sentry, looking quite humanoid for an auto sentry.
Thank you for coming. I just finished making the final adjustments. Well, what do you think? Considering the troll is defending a human facility, I tried to cater the design to reflect human tastes.
It is very New LA. It's not very Orphean, I'll give you that.
You people have a fondness for designs like this, no? As such, I trust that you will like it as well.
It is alright.
Wonderful. Earlier designs crafted according to an Orphean aesthetic standard ran into problems in that they tended to terrify humans. I am glad our adjustments were successful. Though it is easily accepted exterior is less important than the cutting-edge Orphean technology inside. I urge you to bring total focus to this test. A moment's inattention could lead to grave injury. Are you ready to begin? The more combat data you can provide us, the better.
In that case, combat data we shall provide. My spell is over there. Maybe I can do this with just the longsword arts, basically. And if I decide I need to switch to the Skell, I'll do that. Oh, I still have Ultra Slash equipped. This is not a build. Oh, that's a range combo thing, so let's set up shrapnel. Oh, yeah, we're done here, actually. Get out of here. I didn't think it would be quite that weak.
Thank you. You have given us excellent data. We will use these results to improve our design, then deploy the auto sentries en masse to Biaho Lake. I am certain they will keep the water purification plant safe and clear of even the most ferocious primordial creatures. And as a result, we will have a steady supply of pure water with which to synthesize Senripa water. That will allow us to steadily increase our numbers. All excellent news for us, Orphean.
And there we go. They have been very good neighbors, the Orphean. I really like the Orphean. I think they're my favorite of the alien races in this game. They're very interesting. They're always super useful to have around. I cannot sing their praises enough. I just love them. But with that done, Bose's in the clock tower on the morning, meaning you have to figure out a way to get to him. Hopefully this works. He's difficult to reach because the clock tower is too high to jump to from anywhere. What the heck? Oh, that's the bell. I thought my skull was clipping through the ceiling somehow. Is that you, Dr. Von Crazy? I'd not expected to encounter you here. I didn't expect to encounter you here? Who sits in a clock tower? It's gonna ring in like an hour. When I'm not on duty, I come here to meditate. How do you meditate in front of a giant bell? I set my entire being to the goal of finding wisdom, but such a thing is not so easily obtained. So what is your religious outlook anyway? I'll take that question to mean, how did you end up becoming so strangely pious? My religious journey began many decades ago, on my first mission as a platoon leader in Asia. Led astray by bad intel, my platoon was isolated in the jungle and eventually overrun. A girl from a nearby village found me at the brink of death and saved my life. And there I learned the most wonderful lesson. 1 hour later, okay. It began with learning how to make a basic rice porridge. It's a simple but powerful food, and one with the power to change lives. It certainly returned me to life. But what happened after that, you ask? Oh boy, this guy can go on and on. On the 22nd day after my platoon was ambushed, they came for me. Just as I finished saying my farewells and the helicopter lifted into the air, it was hit by a rocket. What? And so it wasn't until the 49th day that I was finally reunited with the army. And after that, more? 24 hours later? What? This guy goddamn filibustered me. What the hell? And that's how I came to be here. Admittedly, I omitted several decades there, but I believe I was able to convey the gist of it. If you'd like to know more, come speak with me again. Next time, I'll fill in a few of the blanks. I shall await you, O seeker of knowledge. What the fuck? He just talked to me for, what, 30 hours straight? How? How do you talk like that? I can barely talk for half an hour for these episodes, man. That's insane. What? Well, with that done, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X, there's still plenty, and I mean plenty of missions to complete in New LA before I even want to think about doing the next story mission. So I'll see you guys then.